At this time, I'd like to invite Sister Hadiya Abdel to offer some spoken word about the theme of our event, inshallah.
I'd like to first thank the Khalifa family for being here. I mean, they've been a big part of my life growing up, and their son has been an idol for many of us at Rutgers. I mean, we, as Muslims, we have a lot of issues and problems, and wallahi, he has been such a big supportive person. He's never ever let any one of us down, and I cannot thank his mother enough for bringing him into this world. Wallahi, it's been an honor for me growing up with him, and all of you to have been at least graced by his presence. So jazakallah khairan and Allah yasabrik khalti. The theme of this poem is unity. I just want to first dedicate it to Mustafa because he's taught us what unity in MSA really is. And I want to start off with a hadith and a verse of the Quran and then go into the poem. The Prophet ﷺ said, the example of the believers in their affection, mercy, and compassion for each other is that of a body. When any limb aches, the whole body reacts with sleeplessness and fever. And the Quran verse is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Ya ayyuhan nasu inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qabaila lita'arafu. Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum inna Allah alimun khabir. O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you nations and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is knowing and acquainted. إن كان الله معك فمن عليك وإن كان الله عليك فمن معك. If Allah is with you, then what does it matter who's against you? And if Allah is against you, then what does it matter who's with you? This is my body. You are all my body, living within each other, pain, happiness, love, violence, peace, anger, you, we feel each other's pain. Or do we? 1.5 billion pains feel too heavy to carry, and wilting flowers are going to die anyway, so why water them? And children may have to be orphaned, so why resist it? And women like us might have been violated, but why anger? I should be able to feel pain outside of me, but I grab the air for the hadith that I've memorized as a child. You have a family, Hadiya. You have a family beyond language and skin and boundaries and borders. You have a family that heals and feels and kneels or aching knees, but is never ever silent, because when a woman cried, wow, mu'tasima, oceans away we rose like holy warriors and remembered we were born to rise. My body aches in parts I cannot name, in bloodlines I cannot locate, but what they say I can't speak up in languages I don't understand, but I feel it. I feel it in the silence of this room. There is hurt and happiness and rebirth and death, and sometimes I feel like I'm a part of it. Sometimes I feel like I'm a part of it, and sometimes walls go up like it's Israeli apartheid and there is no way to the other side, but I know you're there, so reach out to me. And I'll reach out to you. We can love each other too, you know. Maybe I don't know what you eat for dinner at home or how you pronounce your great-grandfather's name, or maybe colonization made us hate each other's skins and you've been carrying this baggage for way too long, bleaching your skin and silencing your love for a brother who doesn't share the same man-made borders. You can love him, you know, in the knowing that you'll never reach the capacity in where Allah loves the beauty of his broken and hurting creation. So love him. I cannot understand all my family, but I can read hands like they were mine. And when drones hit my sister's home, I don't need to know the language of her screams to understand her pain. And when Burma, Central African Republic, Iraq, Syria, Kashmir, Yemen, Somalia, Kurdistan, Afghanistan, Palestine cries, I never ask permission to carry their pain, because scars have no passport, and their anger is mine, and their liberation is mine, and their courage should be mine, and my silence and my complicity should never be there. So topple these walls and look around. These are the nations and tribes Allah has created for us in order to reach beyond the clicks of tongues and the way we roll our R's differently. Or maybe we can't pronounce each other's names, but I know that you have a word for family in your vocabulary. Maybe a gesture like reaching out beyond this silly thing called boundaries and into each other's worlds. We hurt too in this privileged world. We have experienced loss beyond boundaries, and it is our right to grieve, our right to share grief. So tell me where it hurts, and I'll tell you too, and maybe my aching body can put names and stories to the veins that run through it, and to the parts that make it come to life. You, grand, beautiful, disgraced, ugly, disagreeable, hurting, self-loathing self. Break yourself open, because we are all lights waiting to come in. Jazakallah khair.